With winter anime coming to a close and spring anime rapidly approaching, we thought now would be an appropriate time to address what's on the menu for next season. Obviously, every new season comes with things that are good, and some not so much. So we'll be going over the anime that we recommend to watch, and ones to avoid. Spring Anime 2022 will be the season of romance. With so much romance anime airing this season, it'll be a constant reminder that we're all just single, lonely individuals with nobody to share our joys with. Oh well, at least we have anime. The Rising of the Shield Hero, Season 2. To start us off, we have the second season of The Rising of the Shield Hero. This was originally scheduled to air back in October 2021, but the animation studio Kinema Citrus decided to push back the airing date to April 2022, following some various unnamed issues. But now that it's almost April, the wait is finally coming to an end, and we can't wait to see our favorite shield bro and raccoon girl, Amphilo. It's been 3 years since the first season, so if you forgot where the story left off, the last episode basically shows the repelling of the wave, adding the green-haired girl to his party, and being made the lord of the demi-human region. Alan and I are big fans of the series, so we're definitely going to be watching and recommending it. Kaguyasama Love is War, Ultra Romantic. This is the third season of Kaguyasama Love is War, and is probably the most anticipated anime for the two of us. If you enjoyed the first and second season, then you're in for a treat. Being avid readers of the manga, we can confidently say that this season will probably be the best season yet. Every aspect that made Kaguya-sama such a great anime gets turned to 11. Then, while doing all that, you slowly realize that there's actually a story beneath the slice of life exterior. 10 out of 10 recommendation if you like to have a good time.
Spy Family. Spy Family is probably one of the best manga we've ever had the pleasure of laying our eyes on. It's definitely in our top 10, that's for sure. It's funny, wholesome, charming, and of course, filled with action. And that's just the manga. Imagine if the pictures actually moved and the characters had voices to their words. We made a video on this manga which you can check out if you aren't convinced on reading it yet. This is a must watch for those who have read the manga and those who haven't. Yes, it's just that good. Komi Can't Communicate, Season 2. Komi simps must be nutting themselves right now. The first season of Komi Can't Communicate was actually pretty good, though we didn't expect it to be so good that there would be a second season announced immediately at the end of the first. We knew that there were a lot of people that enjoyed the anime and that it would probably get a second season eventually, but we didn't know that there were so many simps at the animation studio that they could just announce the second season right at the end of the first, though I'm not complaining. Being fans of the manga in the first season, we're definitely gonna be watching this, and we recommend it to you guys as well. Date A Live, Season 4. Similar to Rising of the Shield Hero, Date A Live was set to air in October 2021, but due to issues, it had to be moved to April 2022. I don't know how I feel about Date A Live, cause it's just a harem with meaningless plot, although there's nothing wrong with that. Now, I just have one question for this anime. Who asked for a fourth season of this shit? Don't get me wrong though, we'll still be watching it since we've seen so much of Date A Live already. Honestly though, don't watch it if you haven't even started the Date A Live series, which we wouldn't recommend doing anyway. If you're on the fence about this anime, we recommend waiting for other people to watch it first and see what they have to say about it before watching it yourself. The Greatest Demon Lord is reborn as a typical nobody. Wait, didn't this show already air before? From the first 15 seconds of the trailer, I think anybody who's watched enough anime before knows where the story is probably going. If I had to guess, based off the trailer, this is pretty much just a story of a guy who makes an IRL Smurf account by reincarnating a couple thousand years in the future, only to, surprise surprise, still be really OP with all their powers. And with said powers, he slowly but unintentionally, that's really important, builds up his harem. So unless you guys like this type of thing, in which case, good for you, but for the rest of us non-masochists, I'd recommend against watching it.
Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie. Fans of Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie have been waiting for an anime adaptation for a while now, and it's finally here. I've read the manga for this, and it was pretty decent. It's definitely not the greatest rom-com manga I've read, but I know it's definitely up there for some people. It's a pretty cute slice of life show that I think a lot of people will enjoy if you like the rom-com genre like we do. If you don't like the rom-com or slice of life genre, things will get pretty boring for you, so we only recommend it to those that like the genre. Skeleton Knight in Another World. I haven't heard too many things about this anime, so let's read the description. When Ark wakes up, he discovers that he's been transported to another world. Alright, that's it. I've read enough. We're not watching or recommending any more isekai. How many more isekai anime do we really need? Just from the trailer itself, it looks very mid and doesn't add anything to the isekai genre that we haven't seen already. It's gonna be a hard pass for us. I'm quitting heroing. This looks like one of those clickbait fantasy anime that don't have a good story if they have one at all. It feels like you would watch this and then go on about your day like you just watched 20 minutes of nothing.
Yep.
But on the other hand, it feels like it has the potential to be an okay anime. Definitely not a top tier one for sure, but an okay one at best. We're gonna put this anime on hold and wait for others to watch the first few episodes before we even touch it with a 10-foot pole. A couple of cuckoos. We're kinda excited for this cause it's one of those guilty pleasure shows that you know is trash, but you can't stop watching it. We also made a video on this, so suffice to say, we're gonna watch it. If you also like dumpster fire, garbage rom-com harem shows like this, we would recommend it. If you don't like all those things, stay far away from this anime. Trapped in a dating sim. The world of otome games is tough for mobs. This looks pretty interesting actually. The main character of the show gets isekai'd into a dating sim for women, except he's not one of the handsome, dateable men. He's actually just a background character that everyone kind of ignores. This anime seems similar to My Next Life as a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom, but the main character is literally a speck of dust in the universe. The premise of the show has caught our attention, and we think it puts an interesting twist on these types of isekai dating sim anime. It has the potential to be good, so hopefully it follows through on it. We'll be watching this, but we would actually recommend waiting for others to watch it first before watching this anime yourself.
Aharon-san wa Hakaranai. Aharon-san wa Hakaranai follows the daily life of Aharon and Raido, classmates who sit next to each other. Aharon is a person who doesn't quite grasp how far she should be from a person in a given situation. From what I can tell, it's a comedy slice of life where we watch and see the antics our main duo get into with a little romantic potential sprinkled in. There's obviously nothing new with this type of anime, but it's always nice to see these characters interact with each other as they go about their everyday life. We're definitely watching this one, and if you like the style of comedy, you should check it out as well. Science fell in love, so I tried to prove it. R equals 1 minus sine theta. We never actually watched the anime or read the manga, so we can't really say whether the season will be good or not. But we have heard that season 1 was pretty decent, so most likely, if you liked the first season, you should watch this as well. The Dawn of the Witch. For those of you who know about the Grim War Zero, this anime is the sequel to that. From the trailer alone, it looks like it could be an interesting show with the mystery of who the protagonist is and how he goes about his journey as a weak magician as the central plot point. Unfortunately, there's already a lot on the plate for this season, so for someone like me who has until recently never heard of Grim War Zero or Dawn of the Witch, this is gonna be a pass from me. But if you think this type of show is interesting and find the time to include this in your watch list, I'd say it's worth giving a try. Love After World Domination. The anime looks like the plot is similar to a Romeo and Juliet-esque situation where the backgrounds don't allow them to be together, but they secretly like each other. We might skip over this one cause it doesn't seem too... Wait, is that an ecchi tag? Hold up, is this dude part of the Power Rangers too? Alright, we're watching it. But you guys shouldn't watch it until other people say good things about it first. Summertime Rendering. From reading the synopsis and watching the trailer, I think it's about a guy who goes back to an island where he's originally from in order to go to the funeral of his childhood friend. Things go smoothly, until they don't. A mystery gets uncovered and it's revealed that there's something strange that's been happening on the island, and the main character is resolved to figure out exactly what's going on. This might be one of the sleeper OP anime that people pass over because they don't hear much about it until a few episodes in, like Osama Ranking or Odd Taxi. We're gonna wait and see other people's reactions first before we watch it ourselves, and we recommend you guys do the same.
The Executioner and Her Way of Life. I haven't heard too much about this anime either, other than the fact that the light novel has been highly acclaimed and won an award. Let's watch the trailer to find out more. Yo, did they just say isekai? Alright, we're done here. We're skipping this. In all seriousness though, this looks pretty good and has an interesting concept driving the story. A priestess tries murdering an unsuspecting victim only to find out she can reverse her own death. In order to kill her and prevent a disaster waiting to occur, they embark on a journey together to rid her of her powers. This sounds like an amazing story and might even dare say this could be the hidden gem of the season. Oh, did I forget to mention? On the Wikipedia page, it says this is a Yuri light novel. Well, the only way to confirm that is by watching for ourselves, so we'll be watching this and recommending you guys hold off until other people say good things first. The Demon Girl Next Door, Season 2. A lot of you may not have heard of this series before, and I don't really blame you. This anime is a lot like Gabriel Dropout for those who have watched it, and I'm guessing the second season is going to be a lot like the first, where it's just a fun, cute slice of life. The Demon Girl Next Door is a personal favorite of Alan's, and he didn't think this was going to get a second season, but here it is. I'm not gonna watch it because I've never even heard of this anime before, but Alan's watched the first season, so he's gonna watch this as well. Tomodachi Game. I think I saw a preview or something about this show and thought to myself,
hey, this show looks like Squid Game.
and it kinda is. It's about this guy and his friends who get dragged into a debt repayment game. Sound familiar? The only way to beat this game is by trusting each other. Sound familiar? At the end of the synopsis, it says, the true nature of humanity is exposed in the ultimate psychological game. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that this is just like Squid Game. We've already watched Squid Game, so we'll be passing on this one. But if you want to check out more psychological thrillers or you haven't seen Squid Game yet, go check this anime out. To become a real heroine, the unpopular girl and the secret task. I'm not gonna lie, this anime seems kinda boring based off the synopsis and trailer. It looks like a high schooler coming of age type of anime with your typical tropes. Except, the main character is the manager of an up and coming male idol duo. I honestly couldn't recommend this to anybody, but I'm still gonna be watching this based on one factor, the seiyuu taking part in this work. I'm a huge sucker when it comes to my seiyuu biases, and more often than not, it gets me to watch these shitty, boring anime. To be honest though, I'll fall for that shit every day of the week and still not learn my lesson.
Don't Hurt Me, My Healer. Don't Hurt Me, My Healer is a story that follows a knight with saint-like patience and a dark elf that has a shitty personality with no filter to hold it back. At least, that's the vibe I'm getting off Crunchyroll's description. But watching the trailer for it, that knight seems to be doing a lot of yelling for someone with that much patience. This was honestly the first time I saw anything about this anime, and if I'm gonna be honest, the trailer doesn't make this anime look too promising either, so this one might be a pass for us. Blackrock shooter, Dawnfall. The story starts off some 20 years in the future, after a failed project led to a robotic army uprising, and Empress, one of the 3 surviving guardians of humanity, having lost her memories. Now, I haven't watched the series myself, but there does seem to be a divide on how to feel for those who do like the Blackrock shooter series. All I can say is, damn, that's a lot of CGI. But I guess that's nothing new. Since we haven't watched the series before, we're not starting here. In the Heart of Kunoichi Tsubaki. An anime about a female ninja being curious about the one thing she's not even supposed to be thinking about. Men, the root of all evil. This show sounds like a cute girls do cute things type of deal, and I'm not too sure about you guys, but if there's no plot, I get super bored and start falling asleep watching this kind of thing. The plot doesn't seem too interesting to us, so we'll take a pass on this one. But if you guys like these kinds of shows, by all means, go for it. And that's pretty much most of the anime that's worth mentioning this season. It definitely seems like a good season with so many continuations and so many starts to highly anticipated shows. That's gonna be it for us now, so until next time, peace.